All right. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to everyone hopping on here. Um, well, we're into, let's see, day two video, Christy video, but I have a special guest with me again. I'm sure you might have seen him yesterday, but we had so many technical issues that we decided with what we have, we want to provide for you today is something that's pretty spectacular. I'm not going to lie about that. And
Agreed.
I'm just so gracious that Seth is here bright and early with me. I mean, you could be, you've got your day planned and everything. So I do appreciate you being here with me. We're going to do a take two from yesterday.
Yeah.
If you saw yesterday and you saw me kind of like freezing a bit, then yeah, we definitely need to like amp that up a little bit. So we're going to continue to do the same thing that we always do during these lives. We're going to do the fun stuff, the spotlights, the day in history, but we're going to go into and delve into this content of where are you, and kind of dig deep into that. So Seth, thank you so much for joining me again. How's your morning?
Of course. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I call Wednesdays wonderful Wednesdays. I'm so honored to be here. I know Christy normally does these morning videos and everything and each day, and I'm so honored to be on here. So Christy, thank you so much for having me on here. Yes, we definitely had to do a replay of yesterday's video. For those of you that did not see it, we were having some technical issues, and as Christy said, what we're talking about today is extremely important. So we want you to be able to really get all of it, in one sitting, instead of going, okay, they talked about that. Wait a minute, that no, so yeah.
Exactly. And sometimes with the glitches and everything, we don't get all the information. We think that we give you all the information, but you might not get it because of the freezing and stuff. So hopefully the internet is just waking up in this house and is refreshed and ready to go. So let's go ahead and we'll dive into this. So as you guys know, I do the entrepreneurial spotlight, and this particular person, we both have known for quite a while. She is a spectacular entrepreneur. Not only is she just so brilliant, but she's beautiful as well, and inside and out. And her name is Karen Richardson. She's all the way over in the UK, and she does some incredible work with mindset and momentum and motivation, law of attraction, all that good stuff. And I believe she's doing, what is she doing right now? She does affiliate marketing, but she also does, like, I guess more so like trading gold and things like that. Maybe gold, Carrot Bar, something like that. I don't really know exactly the company or whatever, but she does that. So if you're ever interested in that kind of business or niche, reach out to her. Go find her. She's absolutely an amazing human. So
and for me personally, I just also love her accent. Just listening to her videos, and that proper British accent is just incredible. I don't know why. I'm able to retain stuff, but I don't know what it is. An absolutely incredible, powerful entrepreneur, and affiliate marketing is amazing, and she does it amazingly well. So
yeah, she's done amazing as far as the company that we both started in, and it's such an inspiration. So
definitely
awesome job, Karen, and reach out to her if you probably can find her website somewhere. Just you do your Googling, because that's what I do too, and there she goes. All right, so let's get into this. So we're going to kind of we're going to cover what we covered a lot yesterday, but hopefully we're going to fill in some gaps. And, and so we have 3 questions that we want to ask ourselves around this topic. Where are you? Right. And so what do you think, Seth, would be the first question to ask, especially with the times that we're in right now? Is 2020
Definitely.
We're in a kind of weird time in our all of us are in a really weird year. We're at the end of the year. We're in the middle of the month, literally. Like it's the 14th right now. Sometimes
Literally.
the 15th if you're in Australia, right?
Mhm.
So we're right
Right.
smack dab in the middle of the month. We have until we get to November, and then not even we have 3 months or 2.5 months left at the end of the year. So
Yeah.
this is kind of a time where people might slack a little bit with their
Oh,
business.
definitely.
And
Yeah. Slack,
so
like, yeah, in life and on your business and everything. So,
exactly, especially with the things that are going on now, it's kind of weird.
yeah.
And so what is really something that we need to look at is to maybe reevaluate
Yes.
our, like, from going forward, so we can have a cool, amazing 2021. So what kind of questions would we ask?
Definitely, and I think probably one of the biggest questions you need to ask yourself is, what have you done for yourself lately?
Mhm.
If you know me, like, have followed me for anything, I love music. So of course, that Janet Jackson song, "What Have You Done for Me Lately?" We're switching that up. It's like, what have you done for you lately? What have you done for yourself? To help you to get towards your big dreams and your goals.
Right,
I think that's one of the first questions you really need to start asking yourself.
right. And it starts within.
Yeah, exactly. It starts within.
And then now the next thing we're going to do is expand it out. So
Hmm.
the next question, and it makes sense, and it's probably pretty self-explanatory, is what have you done for
For
your
your
business
business.
lately?
Exactly.
Yeah. And for those of you that are not business people, or and you want to be, this is a great video for you to see.
Definitely. Yeah.
This might help you, understand that people do get off track,
Hmm.
and
It's normal.
and this is how you can get on track.
Exactly.
So if you ever so be a problem solver, in other words,
Hmm.
and this will come up for you.
Yeah.
So we need to know how to, like, combat that, right? So what's the third question?
Exactly. So the third question would be, so you figured out what have you done for yourself lately?
Mhm.
You done
Right,
for your business
right.
lately? But the third question you need to ask yourself is, are you actually getting sidetracked? Do
Yep,
you find yourself getting sidetracked inside of your business or whatever you're doing, to get you towards your big dreams and goals?
right.
So, and you need to ask yourself this question honestly and be honest about it as well. Are you getting sidetracked? Literally be honest about it. So, yeah.
Exactly, because a lot of us are like, oh, I try. And I'm going to tell you something, that word try doesn't exist.
No,
It should never exist as an entrepreneur.
no,
If
it
you're,
shouldn't.
if you're serious, because, like, let me explain something to you. And my one of my friends and coach friends and colleagues, Coach Ivan, if you don't know him, you need to follow him too. He holds up a pencil or a pen and he says, okay, try to drop this pen. Well, it's either you wait, hold on. Can I drop it now? Or people even question, well, okay, so how far should I be up here to drop it, or when should I drop it, or it's too heavy. Should I drop it this way or this way? And that's overthinking and overanalyzing, right?
Right.
It either you either drop it or you don't.
Exactly.
It's not like trying is like there is no try. Remember, what does Yoda say? Do or do not. There is no try.
Do it. Yeah. Do
Right?
it.
We
I
like
think that's
Yoda.
right.
I've
Yeah.
got a people, and I really hope that you're watching. I've got people that I have conversations with, and I ask them to these challenges, because it's an amazing thing, an amazing thing.
Yeah.
I've been on it 6 times already, and it's just blown me away each and every time. And they say, I will try to attend. Well, I know for that. I know because they said the word try that they're not going to attend. So, you know what? It doesn't matter in that regard. It's just the fact that saying the word try, it just
Mhm.
doesn't exist. So take
Yep.
that word out of your vocabulary, right?
Exactly.
And that's kind of like with being sidetracked. Okay, I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to make, a,
Hmm.
extra $2,000 or $3,000 a month. I'm going to try to, I mean, you know what I mean? It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it?
I'm gonna try to set aside 30 minutes for my business.
Right, exactly. I'm gonna try and lose weight. You know, yeah. We can take it further. I'm gonna try and be a good parent. I mean, come on, we can
seriously
so many directions here.
I'm gonna try to take a walk in the morning, only if it's not raining. I'm like, what?
Right, exactly.
Try and go to the gym.
Exactly. And then what ends up happening is that you don't. So take the word. It should be a bad word. It should be eliminated from the dictionary. I'm going to be honest. So take that word out of your vocabulary. So we get into the next thing, which is the $1 million question. This is the best thing, right? The $1 million question is what?
Wait, hold on. So the $1 million question is, how do you keep yourself from getting sidetracked? How do you get back on track?
Boom, baby. Boom.
Boom, baby. Who's that from? Boom, baby. Oh, it's Yeah, Baby. Never mind. It's Austin Powers. Never mind. Yeah, Austin. Yeah. So, yeah. Question, how do you get back on track?
How do you get back on track? Okay. And so this is where a lot of y'all get stuck because you don't know how to get back on track. So we're going to give you some steps to take to get back on track, right? And even if you are on track, because some of you that I have conversations with are like, hey, I'm doing great. My business is awesome. I don't believe you sometimes. I think you're just putting up a front, to be honest with you. Believe me, Seth and I have been around the block for so many years in this industry. You know, there's always room for growth, right? Definitely. You're not always just good or awesome.
Exactly.
You know, that's just putting on a front. Okay. I'm going to be I'm going to be honest with you. I see this all the time. And then after more and more conversations that I have with the same person, it's like, well, things are not as peachy as they could be. Right.
Yeah.
And we uncover some things, you know. Anyways, so how do we get back on track? All right. Take out some notes, take out a pen, take out whatever you're writing with, maybe
pen, paper. You want to write in your phone, fine. You know,
Post-it notes or type it in or whatever. So the first step, and I think it should be kind of in succession in this.
Oh, definitely.
So so definitely do this in order. The first thing is to identify what's distracting you, right?
Exactly.
The first thing is to acknowledge it and write it down, and be honest, you know, like we have here, be honest with distraction. And so what is the distraction, first of all? Could it be social media? Could it be the going through the scroll hole is what we call it? I mean, I know it sounds funny, but it's like literally like you get kind of locked into this post, that post, this post, that post. And then you know, if you're a business owner, there is a strategy behind going through and, you know, engagement and things like that. And that's not what it is.
That's not what we're talking about.
The scroll hole is just completely getting yourself locked in on and be completely distracted from what you need to do. The news. We have a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, a lot of stuff going on in the country. You know, take the information, put it away, come back to it later. That don't be so fixated on what's happening in the world, because that's an emotional thing, and you don't want to be emotional right now because you're working on your business.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. What a lot of people do is they'll become so distracted with the politics and with the election and the COVID-19 that all they'll do is they'll post on social media all about that. As a business owner, all they'll post about is everything going on in the world. So instead, you're distracting yourself from your actual business.
Right.
You know, so it's like, you know.
Right. So. And it is confusing to your audience too. And and you think about it. I mean, it doesn't matter what side you're on. If you post something political, people on the other side are going to get turned off, and they're going to unfollow, and they're going to unfriend or whatever. Trust me, I do the same thing. I cannot handle someone posting something that that just is not relevant to my business, right? Or not
Exactly.
relative to me, because my whole Facebook right now is all positivity.
Mhm.
It is. That's all I see. We have
Yeah.
some really great, I have some really great entrepreneurs that, we all know this. This is kind of like the golden rule of entrepreneurship, right? Take politics out of it, right?
Thank you.
Take politics out of
Yeah.
it. So, and then, of course, we have the news and for the, what is distracting you. But is there anything else that you can think of that could be a distractor?
Um, let's see. Definitely social media, the news.
Mhm.
Uh, I know for me, I sometimes actually get sidetracked by like sports or something, what's going
Oh,
on, like sports
yeah.
world and everything. And the interesting thing with that, people, start, posting about sports and everything. But the one thing I like to try and do is take maybe what's going on in the sports world and then figure out how I can kind of integrate it into my business in a way.
See, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
okay to do, I think. And
exactly. But if you just, just posting, just sports, because a lot of people, and Netflix and Hulu and like, yeah.
yeah, totally. No, Netflix. I think the only thing that I can be a sucker for Netflix. I'll be honest with you, but
Oh, me
um,
too.
there's
I'm
some
guilty.
exactly. There's some things like The Secret.
Right.
That's a really great educational type.
Hmm.
Um, like you can do that as an activity. Maybe you could use it instead of doing a podcast. You
Yeah.
know, you can watch that. But going on to this,
Hmm.
find those things that are distracting you and turn it into something that's going to be positively affecting your business. So that leads us into the next step, which is to prioritize, right?
Exactly.
If it just can pop up here because I just clicked on it, it's not being cool with me. Anyway, there we go. So the second part is to prioritize your time. Um, a lot of people like to call it time
Hmm.
collapsing time or to
Right.
redefine time. And basically, what this means is to you need your calendar, you need scheduling and time
Right.
blocking. Excuse me. And so your calendar should be your best friend.
Definitely.
It is my best friend. Planning, you can spend some time planning your calendar out.
Yeah.
Um, but it doesn't stop there at the planning. It has to continue to the next step. But
Right.
for sure, you want to start to prioritize your time.
Definitely.
And I like to color code. I'm an owl. Like that's just my disc profile. I
Yeah.
love to plan and I love systems and things. And so you should see my calendar. It's just color coded. It's just my handwriting's not very good, but everything else is very in the place where I want it to be. Time
Yeah.
blocking also is important um, because it allows you to set some blocks of time,
Right.
whatever amount of time, and to really devote what you're doing inside of those time blocks. And
Okay.
it should be non-negotiable,
True.
right? So if I want to spend 2 hours on tech, I spend 2 hours on tech and I don't go into social media. I don't check my email. I let everybody around me know that I have 2 hour time block that I need to focus on
Hmm.
with my family too, So
Right.
that's a time block and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Definitely.
Anything you want to add to as far as the prioritizing?
Um, Prioritizing is extremely important. Using a calendar, scheduling, time block. It's all incredibly, incredibly important. And to prioritize what is actually important.
Mhm.
To you inside of your business. Whether you're doing training, as you said, like tech. Um, but along with prioritizing, actually being diligent about that prioritizing. You
Mhm.
set a certain amount of time. For this, actually do it. Again,
Mhm.
don't say that bad word, which we talked about earlier in the broadcast, which was try. I hate that word. It's all about, again, being diligent in your prioritizing. Okay. So
Okay.
that's where it becomes extremely, extremely important and very valuable as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So step 3. This is
the best part.
This is an important step, right? Well,
exactly. Step 3 is the most important part of all.
But yeah, because we talked about this too last week. If you remember, we talked about this as well. So take action and plenty of it. Massive, massive, massive action. Okay, exactly. So I want to talk about the action part. Okay, the action is a doing. It's a verb, right? When we're in action, we are doing something, right? So you have your thought process, and then you take your action onto it. So I know I need to work out. I'm going to plan for this workout, but now I need to take the next step, which is to put that action to it and actually do the hard workout, exactly. Right? And even though I might, not want to or whatever. So yeah, eventually you will get to the point of loving it. But think of action as a verb. And you're actually doing something. So we had a really cool, powerful moment last week about taking action. So the thought process or the knowledge or learning, you do that first. You know how learning, what is it? Knowledge is power.
Yes.
That's how they say that. Knowledge is power. Well, is it really, or does it mean, what does that mean? What happens is that the true power should lie between, the knowledge and the action, because after the knowledge, you have one decision to make, and that decision is to step into the action.
Exactly.
And that's very powerful when you do that.
Definitely.
So, guys, take action and a lot of it.
Exactly. Take action, plenty of it. That's it.
You hear this, we're going to be like a broken record for you, but you hear this. And I actually want to add one more thing. Be consistent.
Yeah.
Be consistent, because a lot of us are like, oh yeah, I take action. But do you take action like once a month?
Exactly. Exactly. How often do you take action?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. That's another $1 million question, is how often do you take action?
Yeah, it really is.
So
if I can actually expand on that for an example, I actually had a friend of mine who I actually taught them. Oh man, it was a way to get pretty much getting more leads onto your email list. And it was I had taught a specific traffic method. It was on a training. Oh man, it was, I think, a couple months ago, and they got back to me and they said, "Oh, Seth, I took action on it. I ordered it was a solo ad thing. I ordered a solo ad and everything. But the thing is, I only got like a few people onto my list and everything, and they didn't buy." I'm like, "Well, did you follow up with them?" She's like,
"Oh, bam."
Well, I mean, I sent like one email, because you said to put emails in. I was like, I said to put consistent emailing every single day, especially if you're doing something like to an affiliate offer.
Right.
And again, you need to also just keep establishing that relationship with your list. Right. So literally not just doing one thing, not just putting one email into an autoresponder, or just doing just one solo ad, or just doing one. I mean, be consistent with it. It's not always going to happen overnight. This is a business. You're building a business, so it has to be consistent. I'm sorry, I'm done. Thank you.
No, that's good. That's really, really good, because I went like, bam, you're right. You have to follow up. You also have to have that relationship. One thing I want to share, because Seth and I have a different, you do a different way of marketing than I do.
Yeah.
Mine is, I do a lot of conversations and stuff, and I know you do too. But you have it's a little bit different than what I do. Yeah. And and I'm getting to that point, I promise, because email marketing.
It's fun. Whatever works for someone. If you find a traffic method or lead generation that works, you stick with it.
Right. Exactly.
You stick with it and you keep going on it. Don't just try it once. Keep expanding on it and keep learning.
Exactly. So, exactly. Yeah. Well, and so what I've come to kind of cringe. I cringe at this. So if you're watching, really think about how you're doing this. So if you're on social media and you're building a business on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, these places, these social. So there's social marketing, and then there's search marketing, like Pinterest is search marketing, Google search marketing, and so on. Right. LinkedIn is either or, if you think about it, but definitely Facebook is a social platform. And so, you're going to get an email, you're going to get a message, or you can, send messages out to people. If you're building a business, engage in conversation, for God's sake. I always end, or I try to always end my conversations with a question, right? Because I really genuinely want to know what this person is up to in their life and their business.
Exactly.
And I see a lot of people ask questions like, how are you? How's your day? That's kind of like the beginning part. What is it that you do? What kind of goals do you have? And then they'll answer and they won't ask me back. And I'm like, okay, so I'll just keep asking you questions. Like, is it all about you? Let me tell you something, because I saw this on a really great video on Instagram. If you are not engaging and asking questions back and forth like that, it's like having your own reality, your own show. It's all about you. Conversations should not be just about you. Right. Conversations should be it's a mutual thing. It's back and forth. It's like, I'm going to go have a coffee with Mr. Seth, and yes, I drink coffee with a straw. Okay. But I'm going to go sit at a coffee bistro with Seth, and we're going to have a conversation back and forth. Think of it the same way. If I go and have a conversation with Seth, he's going to ask me a question. I'm going to ask a question. He's going to ask me a question. I'm going to ask a question. And we're really going to get to know each other. Maybe we can collaborate and help each other out with our businesses or with our life or whatever. But what if Seth were to sit in front of me, or I were to sit in front of Seth in front at this bistro, and he's asking me a question, and I say, fine. How are you? Fine. How was your day? It was awesome. What are your goals? I want to do this. Wow, where's the conversation gonna go then? Dead. It's gone. Yeah. And then guess what?
I feel like an interview or something. Right? Like one person asking the questions, but yeah.
If you're in business, you just put money and you just lost money because that could have been a potential client or customer. Guys, think about this. Have those conversations. If you don't like to have Messenger is easy. If you don't want to get on the phone, you don't have to get on the phone. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, you've got to start engaging. You've got to. I know we're kind of running out of time, and I guess that would be sort of like a final thought because I went off on a tangent on that one.
It was a great tangent, though. It was a great tangent because it's something that needs to be said.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
if you're watching it and you have conversations.
Exactly.
Or if you have any conversation with somebody else, think about this, because you could absolutely be leaving money on the table for your business, for your family, for food on the table. How important is it to you? Right? All right. So let me look at comments really quickly. We've got, Miss Crystal's on.
Hi, Crystal.
And let me say, okay, so we've got, I love this comment, BAM, because hey,
we're BAM. There we go. There you go. Awesome.
I love it. And so then also, I'm so glad that you agree with that. So thank you so much, Crystal. With that being said, my little kiddo he's not little. My teenager is here now, ready to start school. And as you can hear, I probably have family that are talking out here. And I do need to run. But remember, the final thing of this all is that, for sure, it's the end of the month. Be blessed, focused, and productive for sure. And I know, Seth, you have something that you'd like to share.
Definitely. I always say stay positive, stay motivated, and stay focused on your big dreams and goals. I always end all my videos as well. So.
Boom. Where's my fire emoji? Oh, it's on the floor. Anyway, that's I'll hold it up like this.
Okay, fire.
Awesome. If y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, let us know. Reach out to either Seth or myself at Seth Pearson. So just find him. Success with Seth he has a group as well. And then of course with me. And also if you're watching this not live, go ahead and put hashtag replay, and that way we can kind of go look back and see what we've got, and we can definitely work on some content for you, because we are passionate about helping and teaching and guiding and coaching. So, and enriching lives.
Yes, so. enriching and helping lives. That's I think that's why all of us are put on this earth. All of us, I think, we're put on this earth for a reason, and I think one of those reasons is to help enrich and help others.
Exactly. So, love it. All right, my friends, have a blessed day, and I'll see you on Friday. We're going to go into integrity on Friday, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everybody.